Mark Jenison, Andrew Gomes, and Chase Belcher. As of now, that is unofficial. That is pending post-race tech and inspection. Charlie Rose takes down the win in a win-and-in situation for the Simpsons Auto Care Toyota. Second place to Mark Jenison, and the show that these three put on for 6 laps of 3 wide for the lead is one that will be talked about for years to come. Jenison and Gomes continued that battle once Charlie pulled out ahead for the second spot. Gomes falling to third, a great run for the sophomore. As we send it trackside to Kevin.
Well, Andrew's dad, Chris, came running down here. He's exhausted after that race, spotting for him. Are you out of words after that, Chris? Yeah. We'll talk to Andrew in just a couple of moments. A big smile on that youngster's face, but Charlie Rose picking up the win tonight after a disaster of a race last week, getting caught up in an incident on lap 5, taking him out of the race and making it that much more difficult to make the Final 4. He needed a win tonight, and he needed some help to do it. Didn't get all the help he needed, but he got just enough, and he finds himself carrying the checkered flag and gaining that final spot in the Final 4 for next week. I know some of these drivers are not a big fan of it. You work all year to try to win that championship, and now it is up to the drivers, and that means all of them on the racetrack working together for a good, clean, hard race next week for the championship. 3 of our championship drivers adorn our podium here tonight. And we'll talk to each one of them. Chase worked hard all year, picked up those 3 points for winning the regular season title. Well, it's not a title, but he was a leader at the end of August. And boy, did those 3 points come in handy for him. We'll talk it. We'll get out of the car. We'll talk about it, Charlie. Come on. Charlie Rose climbs out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's Everton Parks late model feature winner. Charlie, unofficially, you made it in by a point. You needed a little bit of help. It wasn't all the help you needed, but it was just enough.
Whatever it takes. After this week, it was hell.
That was probably the hardest 35 laps Charlie has driven in a long time. We'll give him a second to catch his breath. The only thing he wanted to know was he in. I think he's satisfied with that, and I can go away, but I know that's not going to work.
John, my guys for this week. Last week, I drove home here going, why did we even do this?
It wasn't the first time we've done that, I'm sure.
Oh, but that was like disheartening. Because I saved everything I had for tires and everything I had for everything we had was for the last 4 races. And the first one rained out. Last week was a shit show. And tonight I was like, we gotta just bring it all. Bring it all. And I think we brought it all. That's all we had.
You got anything left for next week?
Oh yeah. I'm ready for next week. Today I'm wore out though. Next week will be a breeze. I gotta thank Ron from Fleet Maintenance. He stepped up big this week. He came down to the house on Sunday and said, I was just going in. I think Paul, and he was going in. He's like, we're gonna work on this thing right now. Get it done, like as much as we can do today. He brought food. All the guys came by and kicked ass. I gotta thank Kevin from Simpsons Auto Care, Rich for helping us out, help with equipment, power equipment, Hawkins Construction. All my guys that busted their ass all week. Roscoe, Jimmy, Kevin, my mother, my father, everybody that showed up in the garage. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but thank you. We made it in.
Great run. Congratulations on the win. Good luck next week. Charlie Rose, ladies and gentlemen. Relieved, exhausted, all of the above. Mark Jenison finishing second here tonight. Mark, man, that looked like like a lot of fun, but a lot of frustration, a lot of competition there.
Oh yeah, well, we're ready for it. We've been getting ready all year for this stuff, and you know, Charlie wanted it bad. We knew that, so you know, I didn't want to get too much in his way because he was on a mission. But yeah, no, he did a great job. So did Gomes here, did a great job, and yeah, I got to thank my sponsors, the Stefano Brothers companies, Inspired Closets, Jim and Casey Richards, and their mom Richards, Meager Disposal. They help us out tremendously, David and them over there at Mega. And you know, it's been a tough year for us, but this car kind of straightened us out. So you know, we got a little more to go with this car. It's real close, but maybe next week. You know, I think there's a bunch of weeks on these tires, so we'll see what we got next week.
Good luck. Congratulations. Great run for second. Mark Jenison in the number 2 spot. On third place finisher, Andrew Gomes. Look at the smile on this kid's face. Andrew, you made the final 4. But I want to know about that move you made to try to get the lead when you went 3 wide.
Yeah, they were chewing each other up. I saw the hole. I'm like, yeah, we can get there. So I shot it up the inside, and we were in 3 wide for like 5 laps. That was awesome. I don't know if I've ever had more fun in a race car.
I can tell by the smile on your face. How excited are you? Your second year in the late models. You got your first win earlier this year, and now you're knocking on the door for a title.
Yeah, it's been a great season. Hopefully we can carry the momentum into next week and do what we need to do to get the championship.
A lot of people getting you week to week here, getting this car better and better.
Yeah, of course. I got to thank my dad first and foremost. Everyone in the pits out back, Dave Jr., the Urigs, Louie, everyone that comes out to support me, my mom, my sister, my girlfriend, my grandpa, everyone else that comes and supports me weekly, and the sponsors, Rick 6 Auto Malkia, Done Right Auto, Springville and Memory Care, the Auto Dentist, RDL Equipment, Coastal Water Sewer Excavation, SMR Metal Recycling, Agency Security, and we had an anonymous donation from a very, very gracious gentleman in the pits today. I gotta thank him for that.
Congratulations, great run. Good luck next week. How about a round of applause for our podium finishers, ladies and gentlemen? Finishing third, Andrew Gomes. Second, Mark Jenison. And picking up the win and the final transfer spot into the final 4, Charlie Rose.